Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a little game between some friends called Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Todd, and I'll be running this with some friends. Darren, say hello.
Hello, my name is Darren, and I will be playing Seltra, the Drow Artificer. Whoop.
I'm Steven. I'm playing Karyst, the Dragonborn Druid.
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'll be playing Laurel, the half-elf paladin.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I'm playing Mavari, the Tiefling Sorcerer.
And I'm Miranda, and I'll be playing Naskita, the rogue tiefling warlock person.
You get more classes added on there. That could be fun later.
Paladin, cleric, fighter. Yeah, I'll get them all. Got,
Warlock and Paladin just really seems like a clash. I never thought that combo was good.
If your parents are separated, it's like, mom and dad.
Dad was a Paladin, mom was a Warlock.
Well, or you could do what I'm trying to figure out, which is, just make make the source of your power also your patron. So it's like, hey, I'm helping you, but you also owe me a bit, pal. Like a Celestial Warlock. That's why I like a Celestial so much.
That feels a lot like when you're trying to get vacation time at work. I don't know.
What? I don't even know what you mean by that.
What is vacation?
So today we're gonna be playing. We're gonna play D&D, but also today we're gonna be doing a quiz over your dungeon type, and these are just a few little questions to gather what kind of dungeon or what kind of campaign the players should be running. And I'm assuming it's gonna be exactly what I'm doing because I am super good and can read other people's minds. But let's find out. Darren, are you ready?
Yes.
Sir, your question is... What the fuck? Oh, it's a scenario, sorry. The king has recently decided that your party no longer has any use to him. He seeks the town guard on you. How do you respond? First option is, the town guard, do they seriously expect to kill us just like that? Second option is, perhaps speaking to the king's wife about his affair might change the way the guards view us. Or, the town guard, you mean walking experience? Or, we must run and hide. We engage in combat where we must, but we have to clear our name. And the last option is, when we are in the king's courtroom, I noticed a symbol for the cult of Dianish. We must solve this issue. Huh. Yeah. Can I tell you which one I think Darren would choose? Can you tell me how close I am?
I mean, you can tell. You can. I'm trying to think, in what scenario, is the scenario that you are immediately happened upon by the guards? Because
I would assume so. He's like, get them!
And I'm pretty sure, your wife, you're having an affair, your wife's having an affair, is not the response to, hey guys, kill him. Or, oh my god, a secret cult. Hey guys, none of that information leaves the room if the guards are still trying to kill you.
Well, you're supposed to run, hide, and then get that information later. So, I don't know.
Also, how many guards are we talking? Oh, okay.
36.
Oh, well then run.
I don't know. So what would you, Darren, want to do in this scenario? Would you rather kill them? I mean, there's two of them I don't know, kill them, make a mockery of them, or try to be tactical, try to talk to them. I don't know. It's getting kind of weird.
I feel some of these aren't exactly the options that I would pick, but I will say, run and hide.
We must run and hide.
If we are if the scenario is we are actively in the castle and being happened upon by guards, probably a good idea to not be in the castle. Figure out how to do this later.
Yeah, I mean, one of those guards could be like a new guy just trying to feed his family. You don't want to Damn it. You don't want to do that to them. These are all long. Okay, who's next? Hey, Steven. Here's yours. You find yourselves in front of a great bronze dragon. Treasure hoard spills out underneath its massive talons. It speaks in a deepened voice. Why do you find yourself here, heroes? And then here's the options, I guess, that follow it. You notice there seem to be loose rocks around the cavern. You could potentially use those to your advantage against the dragon, should things turn sideways. Another option is, oh, your great beholden one, we only wish to gain your guidance against the great evils haunting Faerun. Another one is, experience? Another one is, the barbarian finds himself tensing up as his axe says smash, but his party says wait. That one's Karyst. Another one is, perhaps if we work as a party, we could overcome this dragon with wits and strategy, then turning a large profit after we kill it.
Personally, I would probably go with that first one, where with the loose rocks and the strategic planning.
Yes. Why the hell is he living in a cave with loose rocks? Like, he didn't have enough time on his hands to find a decent cave? What the hell?
I mean, stalagmites just sort of happen.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. Maintain your area. Alright. Good, another one. Hey, Brittany.
What's up?
What's up? How you doing? You alright?
Good night.
Here's
Oh,
yours.
God.
Your party finds itself gifted a part of the northern kingdoms for defeating the lich that had haunted it for all these years. What do you do next? The options are, the party takes turns democratically sharing the powers while doing its part to manage the lands, using its influence for good and helping those in need. Or, does this kingdom have a military by any chance? Or, you think to yourself, taking down the lich was too easy. What is the Lord hiding about his kingdom? Or, we killed the lich, how much XP do I get? I don't care about a stupid kingdom. That's a lot of people out there. The last option is, finally, my hard work has paid off from dungeoneering and defeating that foul lich. I can now end up with wonders aplenty.
Oh, the first one.
The party takes turns democratically sharing the powers while doing its part to manage the land. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds like really fun.
So let's take the party that Laurel's in right now. You want to share the powers with that party.
Well, given what I know about everybody, so far, I mean, there's no reason for me to think otherwise. I think that I might turn a side eye to the new girl, Kita. I don't know if Mavari would know how to.
Yeah, let's run that scenario real quick. Becca.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody came up to you with a crops dispute as Mavari, how would Mavari approach that? Like if you had two older gentlemen who were like, he's approaching my land. Those are my crops to farm, not his. How would you solve that?
Oh god. Mavari would just be like, why can't y'all just be friends? I just want us all to be friends and then get them to get along. Because that's just, Mavari has a way with people.
By any means necessary. Does Mavari have to have friends?
She does not. She's just really charismatic.
That's fair. What's her charisma? Like a 20?
Yeah. 19.
Oof. 20 used to be considered like godlike and amazing and hurt you if you're above 20, but now it's a good stat. So next, fun, is Becca. Oh, this is great.
Oh, yay.
And hilarious. So, Becca, your scenario is two warring factions of hybrid humans, the half-breed wolves, and grizzled bear factions are at each other's throats. The princess of the grizzled bears was slaughtered in cold blood the night before her coronation. Oh, that's just sad. At the scene was a tuft of silver hair specific to the half-breed wolves. Now here's the options. This situation would be a lot easier if both factions were dead. I mean, yeah, okay. Another option is the silver hair seems to have been planted there by who? Who would gain from this mess? Another one is you speak directly to both faction heads to gain their sides of the story and to determine the best outcome. Or you realize gaining the influence of the Grizzled Bear clan at any cost will give you great powers in dealing with the West Coast merchants in the future. Another one is through a series of combats with the cult behind the chaos and diplomacy between the clans, you are able to solve the issue with the work of your team and everyone together. Well, that's ironic.
They're all like pretty decent options except the first one.
Really? That was pretty...
it would be easier if they were both dead. But
wouldn't it be?
Yes.
Sometimes it's okay to take the easy road. You don't have to take the high one.
The influence one's not super great now that I'm reading it again. I'm gonna go with you speak with directly to both faction heads to gain their sides of the story to determine the best outcome.
Yeah, that's very mature of you. Oh, not fine. Here we go. Short sentences. Finally. Hey, how you doing, Miranda?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm happy to be alive.
That's good.
It's because I'm off today.
Me too.
So, all right, here's yours. And this is going to be a bit of a read. But the options, thankfully, are only one sentence, so we're okay there. You have traveled a long time. You reach the heights of legends, and finally, you face head-to-head with the gods of Faerun, reaching their level of omnipotence. Why have you come here? Their collective voices boom. And here's the options. To join your ranks, bruh. To join your ranks, to be here with you, and become a partial player in the end fate of Faerun. Or, why? I want to know why everything has come, everything has been, how everything will be. Another option is, for my family that was massacred, to make things right in the world as I see fit. Another one is, to kill. That's it, just to kill. And the final option is, for the finality of it all, the end of a good adventure with good friends. I like that one. It's just peaceful.
Now, depending on which character I'm looking at, to kill is a good option for most of my characters. However, me, not in character, wants to say the last one.
So, Miranda wants to choose good adventure with friends, but Miranda makes a shit ton of characters that would choose to kill.
Yes.
Is it possible you're just trying to convince yourself you're good?
Maybe.
It's called projecting.
Yeah, see?
All right, Miranda. For the finality of it all, the end of a good adventure with good friends. So, this one is for everybody. And go ahead and just, I don't know, pick one that you think would go best with you and the party, and then we'll just see how everybody does. I would like this final question to be, how do you think you want to play the game? The first option is for puzzles and the mind-bending issues that come up, racking my brain to figure out a solution. Another option is to roleplay, to talk before fighting, to enjoy the aspect of anything can happen as long as I speak. Another option is to smash heads like they're balloons, to fight to the bloody end. Oh, that middle option really seems to be violent all the time. Another option is for a mix of everything, whether it's my first or 50th campaign, I want to enjoy a mix of it all. And the last option is for the end game, to get to the point of becoming an untouchable havoc, to become modern legends and join the lore. That's actually great. I like that one. But you guys just kind of look it over and be like, I want this one. Let me know what you come up with.
I like a mix of everything.
I was going to say a mix, but I'll let the world speak for itself.
I will also agree with a mix. However, I feel like that never is the case.
I like a mix of everything too.
Ooh. Are we actually going to be unanimous this time?
It's pronounced
Steven, what says you?
He's gonna stay silent now. He's like,
oh,
shit,
okay. I was disagreeing with everyone, wondering why no one was saying anything. I'd say either to roleplay, but mostly for the end game. I love a good story.
All right.
Okay.
So that is 4-1. So for a mix up everything, whether it's the first or 50th campaign, I want to enjoy and mix up it all. Which I agree with, actually. Sometimes you just want to smash heads, but for the most part, you like to have fun, talk, see what's up. Here's the result. What the fuck?
Dungeon crawl. You want that grind, baby?
Actually, it's worse than that.
Really?
Oh?
Oh?
What?
Oh.
Your result is beginner. Like,
how? Because we don't want to fight everything.
I guess. So
Little racist.
the next option down was roleplay heavy. And then another one you kind of qualified for was puzzles and intrigue.
Seems kind of loaded.
I am very disappointed and upset. Motherfucker.
What?
That's it. Beginner. Like, come on, yo. What the hell?
Beginner.
All right, guys. We got to restart all your characters with the minds of Pinevia or whatever the fuck it's called.
Pinocchio?
Beginner.
Yeah, what the hell is that? The dungeon that comes with, or the...
Fandelver?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the dungeon, the Mines of Fandelver.
Yeah, it comes with that beginner kit.
Yeah, I have that.
Do you really?
Yeah, I got it.
You had the beginner kit?
Yeah, when we were deployed, we got a beginner kit.
Did you get that dungeon miniature? Do you have it with you?
I think I have it somewhere.
Let me know where you keep it and leave your house.
What? I could just give it to you. I don't care.
Sweet. Anyways.
It's literally in a closet.
Oh, that's where I put it. So apparently you guys are best suited for a beginner campaign.
Let's go.
Oh
Yay?
boy, are y'all gonna be disappointed. I did not make this for beginners, so
I just like the fact that we're non-violent and now we're beginners because we don't want to fight everything.
Yeah.
What, you don't want to kill everyone? Beginner.
So I guess thanks for joining us.
That's the last campaign.
Me and these beginners, we're gonna hop over here and try to figure out how to roll dice and read these. What are they called? Characters sheets. Status.
Basically me with every martial I've ever played.
Shockators.
Yes.
That's how it's pronounced.
All right. These cantrips ain't gonna cast themselves.
Camaleon.
See you in a fucking minute. All right.
My name is Becca, and you're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Inside of the castle, made of black stone, the banquet hall was livelier than usual. A celebration of birth and a welcome into high society. The night started with a feast, then a toast, and led to a dance. The first dance was performed by the celebrant and her father. Mavari, just barely 15 years old, danced with her father, Lord Morthos. Her small purple hand rested against his larger red hand. Lord Morthos was a tall and broad man, a warrior in noble clothes. He had thick black hair slicked back to keep up with his prestigious appearance. Mavari smiled up at him, never breaking eye contact from his bright, glowing orange eyes. She didn't dare look away, not down at her feet or even at the crowd. She had to hold a perfect posture, keeping pace with his movements. "Good," Lord Morthos whispered, smiling as well. He led the dance with grace and a gentleness Mavari was not used to. "You learn quickly." Lord Morthos spun Mavari out, and they bowed at an arm's length away from each other.
"We do not fail,"
Mavari replied to him, meeting his gaze after looking out to the crowd. She bowed to him again, and he was smiling proudly at her. Mavari was unsure if it was genuine or not. "Mingo, the young nobles are eager to meet you," her father said before walking back to the head table, sitting between a red tiefling woman with black hair and a gray-skinned elven woman with long white hair. As Mavari began to mill through the crowd around the dance floor, a gentle hand grabbed her own. Mavari spun around to find her sister, Nethdani. "Dance with me," Nethdani commanded, not allowing Mavari to refuse. Nethdani was beautiful, tall, and curvy. She had similar red skin tone as her father, but her hair was a beautiful silver color.
"Of course,"
Mavari said, allowing her sister to lead her back to the center of the banquet hall. Nethdani took the lead as she was taller than Mavari. "Do you remember your task?" Nethdani asked, smiling and looked like she just told Mavari a joke. Mavari returned the smile, though not as convincing as her sister.
"Yes, befriend Prince Waylon,"
Mavari said, her eyes looking around the room, searching for the young prince as they glided around. "Don't let my training go to waste. You'll never be me, of course. But apparently the young prince has a hero complex. Be his damsel." Nethdani looked back at Mavari, her yellow eyes bore into her. Mavari nodded, not allowing Nethdani to find anything in her expression to use against her. Their dance was interrupted by a noble, the Archmage Cassius. "I'm sorry to butt in, ladies, but Nethdani, please, come dance with me." Cassius was a member of the King's Council, earning the title of Archmage and being the advisor for magic in the kingdom. He was well respected, even though he was young. "Oh, I would never refuse a dance with you," Nethdani smiled, taking his hand and moving away. Mavari watched her sister briefly before exiting the dance floor. She made her way against a far wall, standing by herself. She knew it was time to start the plan. Time to look like a lost little lamb. Mavari began to play with her hands, looking around the room at all the guests. She was searching for a young prince. Mavari did not realize that the young prince was looking for her as well. Prince Waylon stopped in his tracks as soon as Mavari's eyes made contact with his eyes. Mavari smiled shyly and quickly looked away, trained to look nervous on command. She looked back at him. He wasn't moving towards her, but blushing ear to ear. Prince Waylon was trapped. So the last time you guys were in this little game that we play, you guys went over a mountain and through some woods. Got a little tired. Got a lot tired for some people. Not gonna say any names, Mavari. But some people were having some issues. I'll go ahead and put that back up there in case you guys need a reminder. And, go ahead and read it out. So, exhaustion level 2, which is speed halved, is Karyst and the route. Exhaustion level 3, which is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws and speed halved, is Seltra, all by his lonesome. And then, way down there, at exhaustion level 4, is the healer, the support, the one who helps everybody stay alive, but not too good at the cardio. With hit point maximum halved, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, and speed halved. Oh, and everybody has disadvantage on ability checks, is Mavari. Yay! Congratulations on your little column there. And then, with 0 exhaustion is the new person, Naskita. Naskita, how does it feel to be in this group of people who's tired and not too good at traveling?
I feel like it's painfully obvious that they're not from around here.
No. They look clean. They have smooth hands, washed hair. They're foreigners.
I'm a lizard.
I mean, to be fair, Sheltra also doesn't have smooth hands, but he's also used to making things to do this kind of stuff for him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to use that in plural sentence. Smooth hand.
I just want to add that Mavari was trapped in a cage. So she was just there for a little while.
Yeah.
For who knows how long.
Seltra's like, I usually have robots to do this kind of thing for me.
What is this hoe you speak of? We have a machine that plows the ground where I'm from. Do you think actually Seltra does think about that? Like as he's walking around, like if he sees in these towns these farmers who are actually like tilling the soil themselves, do you think he's like, why would they do that? Why don't they just make something to do it for them?
He knows what regular farming is, but he is. But yes, he would be like, I could just make something that'd do that for him.
He's like,
that looks like a lot of work. I could just make something to do that for you.
What are you doing, Seltra? I'm sweating, staring at that man. Oof. Looks
my
hot.
My hands are starting to get tapped just looking at it.
Yeah. So, so you guys you went a little bit into the night, which, you know, we would have to roll some encounter stuff, but because it was the end of the episode, I was like, let's just push it through. So you guys are about around 8 to 9 p.m. right now. Central Standard Time. It's dark. It is dark. Like no more dusk, no more a little bit of light from the sun. No. That sun is gone.
Darkness.
Yes. It is moony dark. The moon is high in the sky. It's not a lot of moon, but there's some moon up there. Enough to make Laurel go, hey, moon's out.
I got a little nervous. I was like,
She keeps an eye on that. But you actually do hear sounds, not nearby, but you do hear like screeches in the distance, loud sounds of movement, flaps, maybe overhead. Every now and then you hear from like a wings. But you guys are moving through this abandoned city, exhausted, tired, bleeding. A couple of you, you went through a fight and you handled it well, actually. I was very impressed by how good you guys did with that fight, considering all the disadvantages you had. So, you know, give yourselves a high five or a hug, whichever one you prefer. But right now, you guys are moving through this abandoned city where it looks like people were drugged away from their meals, their homes. They might have put up a fight, but you can see where walls are knocked out. You can see windows are busted, doors are just ripped right off the hinges. There are so many things wrong with this situation. I can imagine Laurel would actually be feeling, because Laurel's a bit of a emotional feeler. She feels things. She feels sorry for people. And as you're walking by on the ground level, you can see that there are tall buildings with like balconies and windows where people would probably live here. It was large. It is a very large coastal town. You can actually smell a little bit of fish, because without anything else in the air, you can smell the food here. And the food is, of course, fish. There's a little bit of vegetables if you were to poke into some of these towns, some of these houses. But for the most part, it's fish. That's what you smell and see the most of as you kind of poke your eyes through here, because Mavari has the highest passive perception. So I imagine that she sees a lot of these things that are kind of like, oh my God. But, walking through here with these tall ass buildings, you could even guesstimate that this place, this city, this town was easily at least 40,000 people. Like, it was crazy. It was a lot. This is a big place, and now you're in it. It's abandoned. You can see like where there's a balcony on the ground level. There you can see the wide doorways that look like French doors that open from both sides. Those are just ripped off the hinges, and it's just open wall, and you can see the frames from where it's like, wood put into stone with these stone kind of buildings that are well made. But but you can see that the balcony is just ripped apart as something just made its way through here with no regard whatsoever to the walls, the balcony, the stone, nothing. Something strong and something probably massive moved through here. It's quiet, it's eerie, it smells like fish, and every now and then you can see blood stains on the stone beneath your feet or the pathway of dirt if you walk off the main road. You can see just little bits. You can see even traces of children where they were come through here. You can see like little animals maybe on the ground. You can see collars maybe of different like farm animals or possibly even pets. Silverware broken with food still on them. Just traces of people recently being here. But now, everybody's gone. We're dead. So as you guys move through here quietly, what's going through the heads of everybody?
How recent does this all look?
That's what I was thinking.
How recent does it all look?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will tell you, madam. I will tell you real quick, like right about now. Can you make a survival check?
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Survival. Come on. There we go.
This. Survivor.
14.
14, yeah. You can see it's not within the last day because, there's, how long it takes for a lot of animals and bugs to find food. And while there's no animals, and you haven't seen any wild animals whatsoever, and actually no farm animals either, moving through here, on your way to this point, you can see that there's maggots in a couple of places, which take easily 2 to 3 days to find a spot and actually start nesting. So it's been at least 3 days.
Alfred has a question. He's gonna kind of look around all of this stuff as best as he can. And does this sort of damage look familiar?
Go ahead and make an investigation check as you're looking into the details of the damage done. And is there something in particular you want to compare it to?
What's it called? Does it look like the damage done to the cities? I'm looking specifically for if there are any, laser burns, or if it looks like anything metal ripped through some of these buildings.
Okay, go ahead. Make an investigation check.
That's not too bad. Be better. All right, so 14.
Alrighty. So with the 14, is that the same thing Laurel got? It is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see some burn marks as you're looking through it because you see blood on stone. You're like, broken stone. You're like, ah. But then you see like the little black shadow, which imitates burn against stone, and you're like, that's right here. So you look at it closely, and you can see that it's like more of an expanding fire than a precise targeted laser.
Okay.
So there are burn marks, but they are not conducive. Is that the word I'm looking for? They are not a laser type damage or laser type. Yeah.
Okay. That was his. That was that, and I am also going to see if while we are traveling through this place, if there is a place that looks intact enough for us to rest, because we are all very tired.
So I will say it's your definition of intact. It all kind of looks intact. There's just missing walls, missing doorways. It all looks hollowed out, abandoned, like it's been gone through. And most all of them, the doorways are, I use the word expanded, by by force of something larger just moving through. But there is plenty of buildings that are upright, and there are some that look like they're in the could fall category, but for the most part, they all look stable because they are built very differently than the previous town that you went to. These are a lot more.
These are built different.
Yeah, they're better quality. Just a lot more money and effort was put into this town or city.
All right.
What about Karyst, Mavari, Naskita? What's popping through those domes?
This place seems sus.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Well, I lost my train of thought.
My job is done. Perfect. All right, I'm out.
All
right, have a
next
good day.
week. Bye.
And we'll find out next week.
Okay. Trying to recollect my thoughts. So you said there's no light or anything at all, right?
No.
Okay.
There's a little bit of moonlight coming through, but with the tall buildings, and you guys are kind of walking through them, not really.
So no like burning fires or anything?
No, there are no burning fires at all. You guys are kind of walking down one street further into this place, and you kind of get to a group of buildings where it tees a little bit, and you can see there's a couple more streets on your left, which at this point is north, and then there's just a long straight road to your right, and you can kind of just choose which way you want to go. But you also smell something that's been very unfamiliar and been very missed, and that's salt water. You can smell it in the air.
Seltra kind of has like a nostalgic look because he grew up on the beach. Like, I know what this is. Maybe we should find someplace close to the water. It might be safer. I don't know. I'm very tired.
What's the building composition? Like, is it stone or wood or?
It's stone, but with a lot of these walls makes goddamn. It's mostly stone, but with a lot of these walls knocked out, you can tell that there's actually beams in the stone of wood that are helping with the structure of them and to keep the structure intact. And that's not really done a whole lot. So it looks like somebody went all out with this city to make sure it was profitable, you could say. It people wanted to be here.
Okay, that's all Karyst cares about.
Gita is gonna break away from the group, just not like super far away, but like 10 feet away from everyone else. She's gonna kind of like stop and take everything in a little bit, and she's gonna take a deep breath and okay, I know you can hear me and I know you can see this. I want answers and I want them now. Alright, fine. Have it your way. I'll do it your way. And then she's gonna reach into her bag and she's gonna put a blood red candle just on the ground. And then she's gonna take her daggers out and she's gonna slice her hand open on both hands. And she's gonna flick the blood behind her. And the blood will create kind of like a wing-like effect in her own shadow. And then she's gonna cup her hands together and pool her blood over top of the candle. And it's gonna ignite. And she's going to start enchanting a ritual in Infernal.
Why would you cut the face of your own hand?
She's gonna ignore everything that's around her.
I'm just gonna keep talking. Because you use your hand for so many things, and by cutting it, you disable the use of that hand. It just increases the pain. You would cut the back of your arm or something if you needed blood.
I have a stern look of skepticism.
So
my paladin senses are.
I want to go one step at a time here. So does the party stop while she does this, or are they like, well, all right, we'll see you in a minute. She'll catch up.
Well,
Oh no,
if she
I
breaks
stop and I
away, we
watch.
would. Yeah, if she breaks away, we would have stopped. Like if she
right.
distances herself, like separation is not exactly the spice of life in this kind of.
So Naskita, I would like you to make a persuasion check to see if your loving patron gives a fuck.
Persuasion now. Okay.
Persuasion.
I got a 23.
Okay. So as you kind of close your eyes and you go into this ritual, you kind of feel yourself lighten a little bit. And you know what this is. It's like when you have a good buzz going, and you open your eyes and you can actually move out of your own body and you are in the place you are. There are no people around. The party is gone. It is just darkness and this place. And it seems like it's dimly lit and it has no source. And you're starting to kind of walk through this town, silent and quiet and dark. And you can see on a far building as you move kind of towards the east, towards the water, that there's something on a building. And you walk towards it a little bit. After, walking for a couple of minutes, you get close and you can see it's actually Karyst. And it looks like he is pinned to this building and his skin is peeled away from his bones so that he's on display like he's being dissected at a school or something. And you're kind of looking at it and you're wondering what the fuck happened. And then you see something on a building behind that. And so you kind of tilt your head a little bit and it shines. It reflects the darkness and dim light. So you walk towards it out of curiosity. And you can see it's Laurel in full plate armor. And behind her, painted or branded onto the building wall that she's pinned up to with her arms apart, you can see it's a gauntleted fist of some kind. And then a little bit to the left, you can see sparking. And you look, and it looks a little bit like this little machine you've seen called LFD, and it seems to be pulling itself along the ground. And as you kind of tilt your head around the side of the building to look at what it's running from, you can see there's a shadow and this wall of a building that is intact and perfectly round. It's lit up, and there seems to be a human with his arms spread, like he's ready to give you a hug. And then it morphs into a shadow with wings, and you can see like ears elongating or becoming horns of some kind in this silhouette backed against this lit wall. And then you kind of take a couple steps back and the shadow seems to be peeling off this wall and moving towards you. And you are back sitting down and you are staring at this shadow as it moves towards you, and you're looking at yourself now as the shadow is moving towards you, and you're looking at this mouth as you're kind of going back and forth in the moment, in the view of looking towards the mouth with all these teeth bearing down in your sight, and then also looking at Naskita sitting there in this ritual with these teeth bearing down on her in this giant shadow with wings and maybe horns or elongated ears. And then you open your eyes and you can see the candle lit in front of you as it goes out and smoke rises. And you can see the party staring at you.
Always a bunch of jokes with this thing.
What?
Karyst is still going on like. But so then how would you eat with like salt? Because salt really stings.
Karyst.
What?
Were you paying attention?
Yes, she just cut her hand. Are you?
Yes, I am, and I am deeply disturbed. What are you doing?
Magic, it looks like.
Ultra's right. It's a form of magic. It's a ritual.
I'm usually right about these kinds of things.
She's gonna wipe any remaining blood off onto her pants and, gather the candle up and kind of carefully put it back in her bag.
Did you put the fire out first? Because you don't want to put a lit candle inside of your bag. I don't think that's a good idea.
It's part of the ritual. The fire just goes out.
Alright, I'm just saying, double check.
It's
All right.
fine.
Well then, what was that supposed to do?
I was looking for answers, and I only got stupid riddles as usual.
Very well. I'm still in hybrid form, by the way. I did not change back.
My master spoke in riddles. It was a great task.
Let's just put it
riddles.
this way. Move through this town with great caution, because whatever did this to the town might still be here.
Well, that sounds snarky, but I could have told you that for free. And you didn't have to cut your hand for it.
No, you could have cut the back
I'm sorry.
of your arm.
I'm sorry. I'm tired.
It's part of the ritual. I need it.
From your hand, specifically?
It's part of the ritual.
So this is to give you an idea of the type of town that you're walking through, but it's abandoned streets, just the eeriness and creepiness of it, and you can see that it's an active town, but then just there's nothing around.
So that doesn't even. Does that include? Why? So does that include bodies?
No, there are no bodies. There's blood. There's food. You can see where it looks like people were, and you can every now and then find like a fingernail stuck in a doorway, or something like that, or pieces of people, but no people, no bodies at all.
This scene looks a little too familiar to me, and I tuck my claws like underneath my my arms, and I just kind of hunch over a little, and I look really uncomfortable.
Yeah, like a teenager sulking in the mall, except for a fucking werewolf. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone's tired. Let's just find a place to rest and we can sort all of this out. I don't know, tomorrow.
You pass a few places that look inviting. So as you move through this town and, are going, and as you move down these roads and closer to what you think is the water, the buildings seem to be getting more denser, like they're getting to where they're taller, more luxurious looking. They're closer together. You can see they were made to hold more people. You can see there's shops where there's, clothings, and you can see there's busted out walls of places where it looks like it was an armory and there's no weapons left, but the walls are completely gone. Like someone really wanted to make sure it wasn't used again. And you can see a couple places where you see a bar. And I would say Naskita probably hesitates a little bit, but you can see there's a few empty bars that you pass by, and you can see just liquid and busted glass all over the place. But for the most part, it's just eerily damaged and busted and empty. So whatever building you're kind of trying to look for, you can find it and it will be empty. Guaranteed.
All right then. Probably want to find someplace maybe. Are there any two-story buildings here? Or is it all just one-story buildings?
Not many of the buildings are one story. They're all multiple stories.
All right. Okay, alrighty.
Yeah, so as you move through here, the buildings are very tall and they're made to be sturdy, so they're very much taller. A lot of them are 4 to 7 stories high.
Alright. So we should probably get someplace where we can be off the ground and a place that doors and windows are actually still intact. I don't know. Who wants to help me look?
I can help.
Excellent.
I don't know
Selfish
how
with
much
me.
help I'll be, but I can try.
Yeah, we're all really tired. We just need to find a safe place. That's all. That's all we're looking for.
Don't we have a safe place?
We have the stick.
Well, I mean, we can't just.
I mean, yeah, we have the stick, but what if it doesn't work like it did that one time? We might need a place to like stay outside. I don't know. It just might be a good idea to find a place to
Ooh.
rest. That's the word I was looking for. The nice, kind reinforcement of walls.
A lot of buildings look like that.
Can I make a perception check to look for something that Laurel described? Somewhere high and somewhere safe looking.
Sure.
Yes.
Roll perception.
Yes.
Yes.
$19.
19.
Nice.
You don't see any. So, from what you know, and from what you can tell, a lot of walls are busted out. Buildings are empty and abandoned. You can see blood all around. Pieces of people. Safe? Well, that's not happening. There's no place here that guarantees your safety since everybody was here was either taken or killed. That you know of. But there are stable buildings. There's lots of them. 1 story, more stable than the 7 stories, probably. How much does Mavari know about buildings and stability?
Nothing.
Great.
She was a private contractor in a previous life.
Yeah, so the top floor of the skinniest building, that's safe. It's off the ground.
But it's thin, so
Yes.
for quick access to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, so it's really hard out of a whole town that's how big was it again? Fucking huge. Boom. No, I don't know. Out of a huge town like this, though, it's really hard to say, like, oh, here it is. It's 26,000 feet across. So I mean, that's a lot of buildings. So it's hard to say which ones are stable because they're all attacked and emptied. So I mean, as long as they're standing, it counts as stable. But safe? None of them. Not really. Not since all this happened.
I mean, then let's just pick one, I guess.
Would anybody... Laurel, roll me a survival check.
Ooh, okay.
Mavari looks around and she's kind of seeing if she can find this, and nothing really turns up.
18.
But as you are looking towards the ground, you can actually see footsteps, and you can see hoof prints, which you're like, why are people riding through with horses? That's weird. Maybe some like 3-pointed feet, which, you know, who knows what that is. But you could see like footprints, like human-sized footprints, heading northeast, east-northeast.
How fresh do they look?
Pretty fresh within the last 3 days.
All right, so for what you're describing, I'm seeing hoof prints. Are we talking like cows, horses?
Foot.
Hoof.
Foot.
Hoof. You said foot and hoof.
Yes.
Yeah. So as far as the hoof prints are concerned, are we talking like, do they look like horses or
the
cows?
Hoof prints look further back. They look a little older than that. I'm sorry, I focused on the feet because I thought that's what you wanted.
Well, no. I was also going to ask about, like, you know, the actual foot too. But I wanted to know if, like, you know, like, are these people on horseback? Are they riding something different? And what do these people's feet look like?
So the hoof prints are different than the human ones.
Well, I would hope so.
They are not going alongside them. They do not go in the same direction. They do not match the rubble on the ground, like things that are fallen. Whereas the human footprints seem to be going around the stuff on the ground. Like the stuff was already knocked down and the ruins had already happened when these footprints went around them.
And you said that they're headed northeast?
East to northeast, yes.
All right. I'm just clarifying all this, and they look around the same age as when all this happened.
No, they look newer.
They look newer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Within the last 3 days.
Within the last 3 days. Okay, I will relay this to the party. And I will say, I don't know if these footprints are a good thing or a bad thing. But we should definitely keep this in mind. Because we could try to find whoever this is, but we don't even know if they're friendly or not. For all we know, these could be the people who've done it. I don't know.
Would Karyst recognize these hoofprints?
Make a nature check.
Yay, my favorite.
It should be your truth. Why? Why is it like this?
11.
11. Nah. Could be a cow you once knew named Betsy. Hard to tell.
I think we should put a pin in this and get rest for the night. And then we can pick all this up tomorrow morning. Because I look over at Mavari, I think she's dying. Pick a building, everybody. I mean, there's so many. Maybe one that doesn't look as, there might be body parts in it.
We could try. That's fine.
Alright. I'm just gonna walk over to the nearest building and just take a peek-a-leak in.
So you guys are going through here, and you can find buildings without body parts and blood. There's not a lot of them, unfortunately. There are bits of blood all over this place, pretty much, sadly. And you can I assume you guys are kind of walking in silence and not really conversing with each other, just because it's hard to really start up a conversation when everywhere you look, you're reminded that somebody died here recently. Lots of people died here recently. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah. We're just gonna find a building and hold up.
All right. Do you have a preference on what floor you'd like to stay on? First, second, third, fourth, fifth?
Second, unless anybody has an objection to that.
Not particularly.
I only say second because we'll be off the ground.
Don't worry, this is not a Tremors situation. They will not come from under the ground.
Well, no, I mean more like, I would hope that, if whatever happened were to come back, then, we wouldn't be on the first floor. We would be able to hear them coming.
Okay. So yeah, you can find a smaller second floor building where you can easily keep watch over the stairs, and you could pick a building where there's lots of glass or clay pots or something like that on the bottom floor, so that if something came through, you would hear it. And you could find a place with beds in the second floor. So you guys decently enough find a place, and it doesn't take too long. I'd say it's probably maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock at this point, like well into the night. And you can hear sounds, but they all seem quite far away, like they're done with this town. They already know it's done. They've been through here, so they're not worried about it. But yeah, you guys are in there. Small, I wouldn't say cramped. You can have beds to yourselves if you want. What else? How would you like to go about this?
Selja is going to take out his little notebook while we're kind of settling in, and take out his one of the scrolls that he found, and begin to copy this ritual spell from this scroll that he found into his notebook.
What spell you got there, buddy?
Find familiar.
Are you gonna use it in front of LFD?
I'm going to. That's a special surprise we'll use for later.
Do you worry a little bit about LFD's feelings? Do you care about his feelings?
Sometimes I care about LFD's feelings, but right now, this is just me copying a spell.
I feel like you're growing apart. This is like you looking around for a different LFD. Just,
Not looking for a different LFD. Plus,
he doesn't really do this, but in my mind, he's staring at you right now. Just looking at you.
He probably does just stare blankly.
He's staring blankly, but you could see guilt. You could feel it. He's upset.
Don't hurt his feelings.
Not hurting his feelings. I have a special surprise. But yeah, I think it takes like...
Are you going to summon him a female LFD?
Why do we care about robot sexual organs?
We didn't, but now that you brought it up.
You just brought it up!
So, Selja copies down a ritual while thinking about what he's going to do with it. What is anybody else doing? Anybody else at all?
I am... Do I want to turn back? That's a good question. That's a good question, Laurel. Do you want to turn back? Or do you want to stay in Wolfie Wolf form? Because I can only imagine I can smell everything and I'm not happy about it. I am going to take my holy symbol and I'm going to sit. And I am going to... Wait. Where's my armor?
Uh-oh.
Selja.
Yeah?
You have my armor.
Hold on. It's in the bag.
Oh, thank God. Okay, alright.
That was all. Like, hold on, it's in the bag.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to go into like a separate room away from everybody, and I'm going to take my holy symbol, meditate to try and bring myself down out of my hybrid form, and then get dressed.
Right. What does Laurel think about when she's kind of de-wolfing? When she's calming down, she's centering herself, thinking about Torm, and like, does she kind of talk to him internally while she does it? Like, she's convincing herself she's calm, or what happens there?
She's trying to think of good things. She's focusing on Torm, but she's also trying to focus on things that are cathartic, that make her happy. She's trying to de-stress, but it's harder this time for her to do it. It's harder for her to concentrate because walking into this town, smelling all of the blood and the rot, and seeing all the destruction, and there is a flash in the back of her mind that is familiar. Too familiar. That something very similar to this happened maybe a little over a week ago. Only it was only one person. It was my fault. And I just start feeling guilty. And I have a hard time concentrating. And I don't even know if I can change back right now.
Think about the sun getting real low.
It would probably take a while, and you might have to try over and over again.
Yeah.
Eventually, the road would be able to calm down.
Alright. I just sort of sit there quietly for a minute. Maybe about like a minute, probably maybe like a good 10 to 15 minutes, and then eventually just like put my armor back on and then check on everybody else. Whatever they're doing at the time.
Karyst, what are you up to?
Trying to figure out if he should hide in a rock again.
You know, it seems to work. You do, you buddy. Even your friends couldn't get to you. However, that seems to be a flaw in the system. Mavari, Naskita, y'all, what are you guys up to before bedtime?
Mavari's gonna approach Naskita and hand her the rod of some security. Take us home?
What? Wait, what?
Mavari, like, takes it, like, puts it into her hand. Use it.
How?
Mavari looks at Karyst for some guidance, because she can't explain it.
I'm going to be honest, I just wanted to go home for a night.
So I just think of home?
Yes.
Alright, let's go home?
Wait, has it been 12 hours?
Yes.
Since we woke up? Okay.
Yeah, because you woke up, you popped out of there around 6 a.m. and it's about 11:30 now. So, yeah. Naskita? Where do you go?
Okay.
Oh,
so
also, do you wait for
yes.
Laurel to come back in the room?
Yes.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to go, oh no.
Laurel comes back in the room, they're all fucking gone.
Peace out. We'll catch you later. Yeah, so we are brought into a small, cozy, like dimly lit room. It's lit by a couple candlelit lanterns. You see basically a big floofy bed. It's like, you know, you have the multiple pillows, a big cover. There's a desk in the room that has a bunch of the candles on it, and it looks like it's got like kind of like chemistry bottles lined across the table. It's basically cluttered. There's just stuff everywhere. Like random bits of jewelry and gold pieces just scattered across the floor. Cans of, you know, whatever ale she may have been drinking all over the floor. It's just like, it's a cluttered mess, but it's like, oh, this could be an organized mess, but it's just junk everywhere. And there's like books scattered across the floor. And there's one particular book that is on the desk that is in a dark red sort of binding. And it does have like a candle wax sort of mess all over the top of it. But yeah, welcome to Naskita's room in her guild hall.
What happens if somebody opens a door?
If someone opens the door, they are welcomed into a long stretch of hallway that is like a dormitory aspect. It's littered with a bunch of doors across the hallway. Each door with a name strewn across it in like a plaque.
It was the other way around. Like, are we going to attack someone that comes through the door?
So this is like a lucid thought from Naskita. So, like, can they, because last time, like, Laurel, when exploring around Karyst' mind, basically, his memory. So, are the plaques actually on the door, or is it like blurry letters kind of thing?
No, the plaques are full on. You could fully see the names right on there.
So you guys pop into this drunken teenager's room. What do you do?
I thought we were
strange here. I do not like it.
Belcher like has 50 gold coins laid out as I guess I don't know how long this takes. The ritual finishes and they all just disappear. They're like, where are we now? What's going on?
welcome to my room in the guild. This is where I pretty much grew up.
This is
You were in a guild.
Yes.
What
You
kind
were a
of guild?
tradesman.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's put it that way.
What kind of guild?
What is your craft? I am excited.
Yeah, what's your craft?
Yeah, Naskita.
Seltra's gonna look around all of the vials and chemicals and kind of like look back at them like, Arcana check.
Go ahead.
Would I be able to tell from what's it called? From memory, from your memories?
Yeah, I was gonna
Any
say
of this stuff.
how vivid does she make these bottles?
Fairly vividly, but it's like if you were to like say, for example, smell them, that's the part that doesn't come through.
All right, so it looks the part, doesn't smell it.
11.
No idea.
Okay. A chemist of some kind.
A chemist.
You're not entirely wrong.
I would hope not. He says, looking at all of the chemistry stuff.
That's fair.
You are a medic.
All right, let's go the other way around. My job was to kill
Karyst will
people.
walk to the other side of the room.
Your job was to what now?
Kill people.
So you're an assassin.
Yes.
This is an assassin's guild.
Mercenary, mostly. My specialty's in assassination.
I look very unimpressed with you right now, like, huh, I
Did
see.
you fight monsters? Isn't that like the same thing?
No, it is not the same thing.
Oh, okay. So I put his hands up. Oh, okay.
No, it is not the same thing.
I didn't
Is there
realize
just-
the adults were talking.
Is there a bed in the room or like a chair?
Yeah, there's the chair at the desk, and then there's the big floofy bed.
Movari does not ask. She just goes and crawls into the bed.
Okay.
She's small. You could share it with her.
It's called Snuggle Buddies.
I'm sorry, what?
You've never had to do Snuggle Buddies?
No, what?
No.
Not at all.
That is for hatchlings.
Is that...
And those without a heat source nearby.
Did you have snuggle buddies, Seltra?
Sometimes when I got stuck out in the middle of the woods, I had to do Snuggle Buddies.
Oh, well, I never
Or
had a snuggle buddy.
Rather, when I was chained to two other people, I had to do...
This is the best conversation you guys have ever had.
Movari is asleep. That's just it. She's out.
That's extremely fair. Well, if that's the case, then my snuggle buddy was always Midnight.
Is that a horse?
Yes, that's my horse. It would get cold, so it would get cold sometimes.
Walter just shrugged. Like I couldn't snuggle buddy with LFD. He is a cold robot.
Indeed, but a horse is warm. As a matter of fact, a horse is very warm.
Sometimes if you're really desperate, you can like crack open the back hatch and then just kind of like use the exhaust as a heat source.
I don't know. I don't crack open. I would never crack open Midnight.
As from what you've told me, Midnight is a living thing, and I don't think you want to crack that open.
No, I do not want to crack. I do not want to crack my horse open.
Speaking of which, and then I will summon LFD to me and open the back hatch and start working on the little thing at the top that I had built for Tithanis to hide in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start working on that. Hey, is there? The answer's no, because all of this stuff is fake, right? And he starts touching the chemistry stuff.
I mean, y'all actually don't know that much about it yet. Seltra has never identified that rod.
That is true. I am still gonna start touching the chemistry stuff, though. Like the glass, like beakers and test tubes and whatever is empty.
Maybe touching other people's shit, man.
Be careful with those. I had an accident one time.
Do you have any lenses?
Any what?
A lens.
Okay, I know what a lens is, but what kind of lens?
One that you can look through, probably.
She's just
Thank
gonna
you,
look
Karyst.
over, just kind of like,
Thank you, Karyst.
seriously?
Yes.
I don't know a lot, but I know what a lens is.
Thank you, Karyst. You got it right. And that's not even sarcasm.
But do you need a magnifying lens? Like,
I need a glass thing you can, or whatever you got that you can see through. It doesn't need to be magnifying or telescopic. I just need to be able to use it to see through.
well, if I remember correctly, there was one in the second drawer of the desk.
I will rifle through your things carelessly.
Why do I even bother anymore?
Oh, I have a magnifying glass. I pop that bad boy out and start using that. I forgot we found one of these.
Naskita will tuck Mavari in.
Aw.
And she will grab from underneath her bed a little stuffed rabbit and put it with her.
Smother her with it? Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
You have a stuffed rabbit. He starts taking pieces, like he takes like not the part with the actual lens on it, but like the part above on LFD where like the little ear looking things are. He takes that part off and he starts working like you see like the little pedestal that Tithanis was on. He leaves that part on and he starts making another lens on top of that, like a window.
I thought you were about to start talking shit about her stuffed rabbit. I was like, she was an assassin. Not a good idea.
I also don't care about the stuffed rabbit. Not that he doesn't think it's weird or anything. Like, so he got a stuffed rabbit. I didn't have a stuffed animal. I had a tiny machine, like a little doll.
Aw.
My best friend gave this to me before he died.
I mean, we didn't have to make it sad.
Well,
No, we were just talking about toys we had.
Well, it's sad now.
shout out to Sadness.
I realized we were going on a field trip, alright?
Go to Sad Town. Population? Me.
Well, being surrounded by death and destruction can do that.
I mean, I try not to think about that stuff. We were literally in the underworld, which I, again, just recently found out was a real place.
You're taking that very well, by the way.
I'm taking a lot of things very well. I'm trying not to think about it.
For you.
He's just like working on it. I try to keep myself busy.
Well, that's good. I wish I had something to keep myself busy.
He like fixes the lens inside of it, and then puts it back on top and makes sure that it can rotate independently of LFD's middle rotating part. Alright, looks like I got that part taken care of, and he pulls out his book and starts ritually casting Find Familiar.
I want to see where this is going.
Alrighty. I'm trying to remember it. It's like an hour, right?
I think Find Familiar... Hold on, let me check.
You started using the spell without having it up? What's wrong with you? It takes 1 hour, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it takes 1 hour.
Yep, 10 gold worth of charcoal.
There's charcoal in here?
It's a ruined town, yeah.
So you're just sitting there ritual casting Find Familiar?
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
I guess while he does that, I'm gonna try to leave the room.
Go ahead. Wander around.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Do you leave the building completely?
No, just the room.
Damn it. Alright.
Yeah, let's make her describe her entire hometown on the spot real quick.
I can do it! I'm not going to, but I can do it.
I'm not doing that thing that you just said, but I can.
Alone with my thoughts.
So Mavari is
thoughts all
fast
alone.
asleep. Karyst is deep in thought. Seltra is finding a familiar somewhere. And Laurel is calm?
Uncomfortable. Karyst.
Yes.
What are your opinions on this?
I still think cutting your palm is a very bad idea.
No, not that. I mean, what are your opinions on, and I sort of gesture around like this. Because I'm not going to sit here and judge. But I don't know. I don't really have the best. I don't have the best of feelings towards assassins or mercenaries. So what say you?
This is a question I never thought I would have to answer. I literally never thought of this before.
You've never thought about possibly walking with a blade for hire?
No, I'd like to personally think of them as customers myself.
Huh. Well, yeah, I guess. Well, I thought you were a royal blacksmith.
Yes, I make weapons.
For royalty.
No, for the Royal Guard.
But just like but you could also just sort of like for anyone else though. Your work is not exclusive.
After I left my kingdom out of choice, and not because of I was exiled or anything, I definitely chose that. I went to a village, and I made their materials. You have farmers, they have metal hoes and rakes, plows.
Yes.
Why am I talking about my village?
I don't know. I
How did we get
mean,
here?
I mean, it's very apparent that you miss home, Karyst, and it's okay to miss home. I miss mine too.
No, I legitimately do not know how this conversation started.
I
I do miss home.
Karyst, I wanted to know what your opinion was on Naskita, if you think that we could trust her.
After that one person came and screamed me to death earlier this week, I think. I am hesitant of new people. However, she has not shown. I'm going to hit the next person that charges at us. But this person has not charged at us. We freed her from a table. Yes, I was not there for that, but I saw her standing from a table.
I mean, I suppose that's true. Like I said, I just wanted to have another person's opinion. I don't want to be, I don't know, I don't want to seem, bossy isn't the word. Overbearing isn't the word. I don't know what the word is. I want to try to give everyone a fair chance. I mean, I am not the one to talk. I don't even know if you know anything about me, Karyst.
You have a condition.
Well, yes, but that condition killed a lot of people. I mean, I wasn't in control of myself when I did it, but I'm trying not to judge, alright? It's just weird. This is all weird. I thought that death was supposed to be the end of it, and it's not. And I thought that, after the whole hell thing, things would get better, and it's not. I thought that when we found a town, it would be better, and it's not. I thought that maybe, just maybe, that when we, have a little bit of reprieve from the death and the blood and the destruction, and it's not. I just keep getting reminded of all the death and the decay and the blood. And then there's a small part of me, Karyst, that absolutely loves it.
Would you pass judgment onto yourself?
For what I did?
Yes.
Yes. Because it's my fault. I could have asked for help, and I didn't. At the time, I was selfish. I was scared. And it ended up getting a lot of people I cared about, and even me killed. Besides, I don't know, there's a small part of me that thinks that maybe I deserve it. I was hoping that if I had died, maybe Torm would have had mercy on the part of me that didn't want any of this to happen, but
So you
the
would
fact
not
that I'm
pass judgment to yourself because you enjoyed it.
Oh no, I hate the fact that I enjoy it, but I don't know if it's me or if it's the thing, my condition.
So, and I'm gonna just start queuing up Moonbeam just in case.
No,
Yes.
no.
Do it. Hold the action.
No, I would never hurt any of you, not on purpose. I would never hurt any of you, not on purpose. To be perfectly honest with you, Karyst, I kind of want to try to see if I can get a handle on it. Maybe getting rid of it wasn't the right answer. But embracing it clearly wasn't the right answer either. So maybe seeing if maybe I can tame it? Does that sound correct, or do I sound insane?
To tame another requires simultaneously their attention and yours. However, it seems there is only one that is present at any given moment. But my point is, the way a guild works, it is not a single person's choice. There is a hierarchy or bureaucracy. Did I say that correctly? Yes, I did.
Yes.
Where it is not one person that decides that they need a sword. It is one person that was trained and was given permission to make the sword, and they are really good at making the sword.
Uh-huh.
And usually there is respect within one another, where if I'm not good at making a sword, I would advise someone else to make a sword. And there's obviously a market for people who want swords.
So what you're saying is
Sometimes someone wants someone else dead. And it is not usually out of fight or vain. Actually, it is out of vain. It is very much out of vain.
yes, that tends to be what the problem is for me. Karyst, you have wisdom, and I appreciate your wisdom. And I will take your wisdom. I'll clam up for now.
What is a clam?
It's a Oh, well, like it's a shell fish. It's shellfish. It's like two little shells that are it's an animal. It's like two little shells that are you eat them. They're very expensive where I come from, but I've had them only a couple of times and they're delicious.
I'm of the mountains and the forest, so these shellfish don't sound native.
Well, not from the mountains and the forest. We're on the coast. There might be shellfish here. Maybe we can catch some shellfish, and we can eat some shellfish because I see if we poison ourselves. Well, like I can show you what a shellfish actually is. Well, I mean, not here right now, not at the present, because we're in Kita's room.
Right.
As I look around, awkwardly.
See a little Justin Bieber poster on the wall. See another one that says, Team... What was that guy's name? Team Wolf? What was that dude's name from Twilight?
I regret to say Jacob.
Oh, Jacob, yeah, thank you. Team Jacob. Yeah.
Jacob for life.
He was hot. I get it.
Karyst, thank you for listening to me.
I will ask you this question.
Yes.
If someone came through your village or your city, and they had the arms of a noble, not literal arms, I am talking insignias.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, I was just thinking of putting a noble's arms on you. That is a disturbing image. Anyways.
It's possible.
I do not want to know of your technological mutations. Anyways, this person comes through.
Yes.
And they go to the marketplace. They take a basket of fruit, basket of plants, and then someone asks them to return the favor for an exchange for goods and exchange of goods or currency.
Yes.
And the person instead walks away, and the guards will take revenge on the shopkeeper, for speaking out against the noble. That happens once, you would probably want them punished, or at least forbidden from the town. Say, for instance, they do that with every marketplace in every town, every village. And they grow a rule of fear. Would you yourself take justice into your own hands as a... What is your profession?
Oh, I'm a knight of Torn.
Oh, so you're probably one of the people that was doing the beating.
Well, no.
Never mind.
No, please let me explain. Don't... It would be against my creed, my code. I literally cannot do things like that. It would make my deity very upset if we did stuff like that. My credence is to protect the weak, to never steal, to never lie, never cheat, never kill without a cause. It's my job to protect people. And though there is corruption, we're separate from that, if that makes any sense. I'm a monster hunter, yes, but if needed be, we are the checks and balances.
So you say to not kill without reason and to protect the innocent?
Yes. So I would never condone taking from a shopkeeper and then punishing the shopkeeper for speaking out about it. That's ludicrous. That's chaos.
Would an innocent person ever have a reason to be killed?
An innocent person?
Correct.
They've never done anything wrong?
Theoretically, that is impossible. However, bear with me.
I see what you mean. No.
So what is to say that this alchemist does not have the same creed? They kill, and they are really good at killing single targets. They don't march into battle. But someone has a reason, and it may be for political espionage. However, there is always a reason, and that is her creed. My creed happens to involve exchange of goods, because I am not a farmer. And that is why I make farming tools and weapons. I do not make fences. Fences are stupid.
But a good fence can
A good fence is made out of wood.
A good fence can be made out of metal.
Good fence is made out of light.
What?
Where do you come from?
Seltra, that makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense until I make you a laser fence, but that's fine.
Look, I see what you're saying, Karyst. Like I said, I will give Kita a chance, and I will admit I didn't think about it that way. We'll see. We'll see. And like so, what, speaking of which, I wonder where she got off to. I thought you could only go so far out of this place.
Yeah, on that note, what is Mavari up to?
You mean Naskita? Mavar is sleeping.
Naskita! What is Naskita up to?
We should keep a tally. How many times are you going to do that today?
80. So what is Mosquito? Yo, dog, what you up to? Huh?
Dying. Yeah, so she is going to walk down the hall, and she's gonna find a door that says Fluxura. And she's gonna walk into that bedroom. And she's gonna just take that moment, just close the door behind her and just lean up against the door and just kind of stare into the room and soak in the moment of that room. It's a very bare room. There's just literally a very large, kind of like a mound of blankets and whatnot just on the ground. And she's gonna sit in that mound and she's just gonna stare and... What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why? You work alone now. Why am I with these people? Why do I care? I don't understand why I care. When he showed me that, they were ripped apart. And why did I care? Why did a part of me care? I don't understand anything anymore, Locke. I wish you were here. I wish you were back. You were everything to me, and I don't want to replace you, but it feels like I am. But you're gone. And it's been like that for a while. Stupid asshole just keeps talking to me and just giving me these stupid riddles, and I don't know what to do. I wish I was dead at this point. And she's just kind of gonna wrap herself up in the blankets and just kind of curl herself up into a ball.
So Naskita everything kind of just goes dark around her as we leave her to her thoughts. And we go back to Laurel being like, I wonder where she's at. Well, she fucking left. She's alone with her sadness. Shout out to sadness.
Shout out to sadness.
Austin thoughts, I'm a clone.
Well, going to give Karyst a pat on the shoulder and a smile. And then I'm going to plop my butt right next down to Seltra. And I am going to watch him ritual cast the spell.
Seltra's ear just kind of flicked towards you, like, I can still hear you, right?
Oh, you can? Oh, wait, you can.
Yeah, I just can't really see anything.
Okay, so you heard all that then. Well, you did hear all that. Well, great.
Was
You
I
don't
not
think less of
supposed
me,
to?
do you?
I mean, what, you didn't do it on purpose.
Well, no. I don't know. What are you doing? Take my mind off of this, Seltra.
Well, when I'm done, I will show you. I can't really... It's hard to explain with words. But I am summoning I am summoning something that I can use. Well, that'll be kind of like a little animal friend. and then I will be able to magically connect to it.
Well, that sounds adorable. What are you summoning? Like a puppy?
No, nothing that big. Wait, what's a puppy?
You don't know what a puppy... We need to find some animals.
I like how his first reaction was to say, no, not that big. Wait, what's a puppy?
We need to find a farm, like an honest to goodness farm, so I can show you all of the animals.
So, what is Seltra going for with the Find Familiar?
It's a very good question.
Depending on how long it's been, I will describe what Seltra has summoned.
If you keep talking, you're gonna have to keep starting over, so that depends on you. Because every time you talk to Laurel while trying to do a ritual, it really fucks it up. So do you want to tell her to shh?
I suppose.
Well, you can put that in a nicer way. Be like, oh, please be quiet. And then just kind of roll your eyes. Why don't Selcha tell her to, he's got to concentrate. What does that sound like when somebody else says it?
Well, it's going to take me a while to do this, so if I have to focus, so I have to be silent.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Then I'll just scoot, and I'll shimmy away a little bit, then draw my knees up to my chin.
Yeah, so there is no way to just say that without sounding condescending. Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't just me. I'm down with it. All right, so Seltra, you spend an hour in silence, buzzing away, and talking you here as you cast Find Familiar as a ritual. What happens?
And Seltra summons this squirrel-looking creature that is silvery blue. It's got like on the lighter part to like silvery, and then like the darker part to like this, or like a darker blue with like these more circular pattern, like gold patterns on it. It has like the regular squirrel ears, and then like these weird little antenna that come up from the top from its forehead, and like a long big bushy tail that is that has like the circular circuitry patterns going up the tail, up the tail, like lengthwise. And it has like these big glowing red eyes that have kind of like this tinge of silver or this tinge of gold behind them.
Ooh.
I like it. What's his name?
His name is Randall. Because you put me on the spot.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. So Randall the mechanical squirrel.
Oh no, it's just a regular squirrel. This is what squirrels look like where Seltra's from.
All right, so Randall the squirrel is summoned to you.
And then Seltra is going to let Randall climb up on his shoulders and then open that hatch that he put in LFD and put Randall inside of it.
So you, okay.
And it kind of swivels around so that Seltra can see Randall inside of it. And they kind of like touch the glass together. And then Seltra is going to turn to Laurel and like this helps so that now... And then he is going to do that thing where he can see and hear through the familiar's eyes and ears.
So,
okay.
Seltra says, I can do this now. And then he closes his eyes and the squirrel acts about the same. And Laurel just stands there.
I'm just sitting there just staring.
And now, what's it called? Seltra's eyes are like, he's like, I can see you through I can see you through him, but I can't hear you through my own ears or see you with my own eyes. Basically, I can use him to have LFD go places with Randall inside of it, and then I can see whatever LFD is seeing through Randall.
Oh, Well, that is so fun. What?
And then I cut it off so I could actually, not fall over.
Okay, cool. So then,
But when I'm doing this, I can't see or hear through my own eyes or ears, so I'm gonna need somebody to help me.
okay, that sounds good. What? So, forgive my ignorance. Why go through all the trouble?
That way, if we send LFD out ahead of us, I can see what LFD sees.
Oh, well, that's very clever.
I
It's
may be
very
able
cute.
to assist. I do not wish to partake with this machine, and
I open it.
oh, no, never mind. I don't have that prepared. Never mind. Sorry.
I open it up so Randall can climb onto my shoulders. Now he doesn't have to be in there all the time. Just when we're out doing dangerous stuff, so he doesn't get hurt.
And he's just going to be around.
Yeah.
Oh, he's adorable. Does he bite? Can I pet him?
I mean, yeah.
I pet
You
him.
can pet him.
Okay.
I was to say, yeah, he bites, or yeah, he bites.
Yeah, he bites the fucking squirrel.
Yeah, so he bites Laurel, and Sultry goes, I told him, yeah.
Of course he bites the lion.
Okay. I pet Randall.
Yeah, he's kind of like glowy, like a little soft, pulsing silver light.
The squirrels in where I come from are nowhere near this beautiful.
We don't have very many squirrels around where I live, because, I mean, squirrels are kind of everywhere, but, like, I live on the beach, so they live in the tree line.
No, my squirrels aren't nearly as beautiful. They're a little gray and drab. They scream at you when you make them upset.
Oh, these ones can scream too.
Oh, really? What do they sound like when they scream?
I'm not making that noise.
Okay, alright.
May I assist with this one?
I mean, if you want to.
Karyst will wild shape into whatever the fuck that is.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. You can do that. Yeah.
Cool.
And you'll start screaming.
Oh!
Well.
What does it sound like?
How do I hit sounds? If like the two-tone chanting, like, overlaid over the sound of a regular squirrel scream is like this really weird melodic sound. Like, it sounds like a song overlaid on top of a regular squirrel shrieking.
Steven, I know you want to do it, but don't.
Haunting, I guess is what it is. It's haunting. Well, that sounds absolutely awful. You can stop now, Karyst. You can stop doing it.
Movari sits up in bed and looks.
Screaming squirrel.
Got two squirrels just in the room now.
Way to go, you woke up the kid.
It's okay, Movari. Nothing's happening.
No. And she just goes back to sleep.
No, what?
I'm pretty sure no to the screaming.
Okay. Alright, well, now I know what it sounds like, and I never want to hear it again.
Well, you asked what it sounds like when they scream. They can just sing.
Shut up. They don't actually sing, do they, Sasha?
I mean, they can.
Your world sounds horrifying, yet beautiful at the same time.
It's a little column A, little column B.
So after all this, are you guys about ready for a long rest?
Oh yeah, Seltze's gonna pass right the fuck out.
Yeah, same.
Sultra has prepared, or Sultra has copied a new ritual, performed this new ritual, made an adorable and colorful squirrel, woke up Movari. She's fine now. Laurel and Karyst have shared a strange moment, like a chance encounter at a train station. And Naskita is by herself, alone with her thoughts and emotions. You guys eventually just kind of drift off to sleep with these thoughts and things swirling around your head. I don't know if Naskita sleeps well because everybody knows that you sleep better after a good cry. But you guys wake up the next morning, and Mavari, you're the only one in a bed, and Naskita, you are on the floor laying against the door.
Karyst
Morning,
emerges
guys.
from the wall.
Well, I don't know. Naskita, are these walls stone?
The floor is stone, the walls are wood.
He emerges from the floor.
That's creepier. Much
Terrified.
You laugh.
He emerges
Just
from the floor.
hand, then
like-
elbow, just crawling up from the floor. That's not
Maybe-
something you want to wake up to.
Because he had exhaustion level 2, so I'd like to imagine he didn't fully go in, so you could still see his snout just phasing through the floor.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you no longer have exhaustion level 2. You now have exhaustion level 1.
Yay!
Hey, Mabari, exhaustion level 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Wait, you
You
were
have
at level 4?
I was.
Oh, I
So,
thought you were
Karyst and Laurel, you have disadvantages on ability checks. Seltra, speed halved, disadvantage on ability checks. Mavari, everything. No. Disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws, and your speed is halved. So there's a couple of slow folks that'll slow down the movement of this party throughout the day and make it go a little slower. But otherwise, you are doing a lot better. And Naskita, you're fine.
Before Laurel wakes up, Mavari is awake and sitting right in front of her, just staring and waiting.
Thank you for that image.
Alright, I guess I wake up and I'm like, oh gosh! Oh! Oh! Good morning, Mavari.
Good morning.
Grit my heart. Is there something you need from me?
I think I know what fear is.
That's great. How did you find out, I wonder?
Hold on.
Oh.
Just like sitting there, like trying not to have a heart attack. Like, oh. Oh, Torvald.
I'm going to use that line at some point. Just, I know what fear is.
Oh
I
my
found
goodness.
out last night.
Bavari, why did you?
I had a dream.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about?
I was there, and I saw me, but it wasn't me because I was watching me. Anyway, remember the gentleman we met that Foswin cut his throat? Mordai?
Yes.
Not me, was sitting on top of him with a knife covered in blood, and not me, was making this awful noise. It sounded like laughter, but it wasn't happy, and she was just laughing, and Mordai was dead, and then not me looked at me, and we both fell into this awful liquid. I couldn't breathe. It tasted like metal, and I was drowning, and I saw not me just sinking to the bottom, just going, and I'm scared. I don't know if I was a good person.
That is a scary dream. Well, do you think that was a memory?
I hope not.
I hope not either. But even if you weren't a good person then, that doesn't mean you can't try to be a good person now.
Does it?
I'm trying to figure that out myself. Because I don't think I was that good of a person either. But I'm sorry you had to find out what fear is that way.
Me too.
But it's a dream, and it's past. Maybe next time you sleep, you'll have a good dream.
What's a good dream?
Not a scary dream. A dream that makes you happy.
Joshua also looks over at you. What is a good dream? I don't have dreams.
A dream that makes you happy.
I don't have dreams. What are those?
It's oh, you people are really making me explain things and figure things out.
Most of my dreams are weird.
What?
Like how weird?
No, but like what are they?
They're like I don't know how to describe a dream, Seltra. I honestly don't. It's like a vision, a story, a thing that just happens when you sleep.
Nothing happens when I sleep.
Well, something happens when we sleep.
That's
then
weird.
Again, it's not. It's not that weird. Some dreams are good, and some dreams are unfortunately scary and bad.
I don't know anything about this. This is weird. So, when you sleep, things happen in your head?
Yes.
And sometimes they can be happy, and sometimes they can be scary.
Yes. Or they can be weird.
Okay.
Bavari, would you like to give Seltra an example of a weird dream?
Remember when I told you I got a dream from the moon? And all those animals, like, joined into one? And she looks over at the squirrel.
The Randall just sitting on his shoulder.
That was in my dream. It joined into this weird combination of other animals. It was gross looking. Like, remember when we were in the dungeon and there was that pile of corpses? It kind of looked like that.
That is a weird dream.
I don't know if I want to have these.
Some dreams can be fun.
I don't.
I once had a dream where I was a mango. It is a rare import.
Still, you're talking about these things like I should just know. But I don't. Because when I go to sleep, it's just nothing.
It's like when I said I was a rabbit, but not really a rabbit. It's just things that happen when you sleep.
Felcher just squints. Things happen. He just pulls out his notebook. Things that happen when you sleep. Do you go on adventures when you sleep?
Mine aren't adventures.
So weird.
You are a bard who writes notes. Do you imagine pictures when you read?
I mean, yeah.
Do that. However, imagine you are also very, very drunk.
I don't drink, but I mean, but it happens while you're asleep. Usually, when I read and I do this like on purpose. Like I'm thinking about stuff. He closes his notebook and puts it away.
I don't know if we're explaining dreams properly. They're very weird.
Karyst has no idea what the subconscious is, so he is not going to explain it.
That Laurel doesn't either. She's just like, they just kind of happen.
Mavari is unable to explain it without it being super cryptic. So
Without it being about dreams.
pretty much.
Hey, where is our host?
And Naskita, you wake up, cotton mouth, drooled a little bit. It's fine. What's up?
She's going to look around the room, realize where she is once again, get off the floor, walk into her room, but in doing so, before she walks into her room, she's going to take a moment of just kind of like compose herself, put on a grin, and then she's going to kick the door down.
Yeah!
What up,
That
losers?
was mahogany.
Was that a dream?
No! That was terrifying!
What did we just describe that would say that was a dream?
I don't know what they are. I mean, I guess
Naskita.
technically I'm not asleep right now, so.
How do you
Naskita,
know?
weigh in on this. Explain to Seltra what a dream is.
You don't know what a dream is?
It's just
No,
a
I
thing
do
that
not.
happens when you sleep.
Okay.
We're not asleep.
Alright. I want you to think of a meadow. You know what a meadow is, right?
I know what a meadow is. It's like
Okay, I want you to...
except with
okay.
grass.
Yes. Pick big flowers in the meadow. Think you're walking around in the meadow.
Okay.
Now picture that, but this imagery is happening while you're asleep.
See, that's
That
where you
is a
guys
dream.
lose me, because nothing happens when you sleep.
Then you're just wrong on everything.
I think you'll find. I mean, I don't know much about, different dimensions, because that's a weird thing that I didn't know existed until about a week ago. But I've been sleeping for about 24 years, and ain't ever happened when I go to sleep.
Well, then maybe you're just not a dreamer. When you sleep.
I don't
That's
think
sad.
anybody's ever had dreams where I'm from.
Really?
Is
Nobody ever-
Razmi here? Can she not weigh in on this conversation?
That is so true. Razmi is here. She's just been a cardboard cutout this entire time.
She was like, the gatekeeper, whatever.
So Razmi looks directly at you and with just a very calm and serious voice says, "Whatever Seltra says," and then she goes back to just staring off in the distance.
Goes back into cardboard cutout mode.
Yeah.
She's not real.
Razmi's not here right now. If you'd like to leave a message.
She's not real. Okay. Well,
Actually-
maybe. Well,
You know what? Razmi does respond to this. She says, "I've never had dreams until I was on the run, and I was given visions and voices. I refer to them as voices and visions, but it could have been dreams from the man who talked to me."
That sounds like magic. That doesn't sound like dreams. They're saying things that everybody does.
Maybe they're one and the same. They're messages from somebody, but made in the form of a dream. Seltra, you just haven't had anybody send you messages. That's all.
Maybe. But, where we're from, nobody sends messages. Not like that, anyway. Nobody
Oh.
has dreams.
He's not from our place. We're in his place now.
I guess that's true.
this place?
I hope you have a dream. And it's better.
Let's
That'll be better.
hold up. Let's
That'll be
rewind
better.
for a second.
Yeah. Hold on.
Whose place and what voices?
The voice of the man who told me how to find Seltra.
Did you see this man?
Was it the guy that at the rocks?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Frodo.
that was.
Oh, okay.
Frodo gives you a dream? Is that how that works? He says looking at you guys?
No.
Yes.
I mean, maybe.
Dreams come from the moon.
Maybe your deity has something to say to you, and they may come to you in a dream.
Mine's not a deity. Razmi looks at you and just flatly says that. He's an advisor.
Well, mine is
A satyr, but wiser.
No, this one. This was a titan, but wiser. What are we doing today, guys?
I mean, we have to find a boat, so that could be step one. Maybe some food.
Oh yeah, food.
Yeah,
I kind of don't want
a boat.
I kind of don't want to leave.
We gotta leave eventually.
You're right.
Unless you want to spend the rest of your life in Kita's dorm room.
I don't.
Neither do I.
It's very small in here.
It is very small in here.
We had to sleep on the floor because somebody took the bed.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry.
Are you?
You don't have to be sorry. It's fine. You were the most.
It didn't sound like she was very sorry.
Just very flatly. Sorry.
That's all she has is one emotion. Y'all leave her alone.
You don't have to be sorry. You were tired. It's
Don't
fine.
worry. When you get that update, Mabari 1.5.
You're right. We're all very tired and maybe a little on edge.
You invoked the right of finders keepers, so.
Sorry.
All right then. Well, let's just get this over with, get out of here, and find a boat.
Hey.
What's a boat?
It's a.
Now
Even I know what a boat is.
You know
I
what? We'll show you when we get there.
Okay.
It's easier to show her when we get there.
Man, it's weird how we all have different things we don't know that seem common to everyone else.
I don't know much.
You have dreams, though.
True. That's one more than you.
Exactly.
I love her so much.
It's about to become a competition.
I love Mabari so much. If anything happens to her, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Same.
Ooh, thanks for giving me the idea.
And that's not even like, that's not just Brittany, that's Laurel too, just thinking in her mind, if anything happens to her, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Okay. Alright, well then I guess let's get out of
Take us back to hell so we can go find a boat.
Essentially, yeah. So you guys are leaving?
Yep.
Alrighty. I am saving Mel too, and then we're moving on. Alright. So, you guys pop out of there. It's morning time. It's daylight. See it now. It's a lot less depressing when it's light because a lot of the stench is gone. Not so much gone, but the air is moving, wind is blowing, the sun is shining. It burns up a lot of those smells that are in the air. The sunlight does. So you don't smell the blood as fresh. And Laurel, you're not a werewolf anymore, so you don't have the scent as you did before, which also helps with that because I can only imagine with the smell of fish and blood, Laurel was not having a good time.
Oh.
So you are going through here a little bit, and you can see better now. You can see the buildings that have crumbled, the ruins that you're walking amongst as you make your way. Which direction?
Towards the coast?
Towards the coast.
Yes. Which way?
I guess I'll pull up the map so I can actually do it. Well, actually, the map doesn't say which side the coast is on.
Nope. I've said it a whole bunch. I just want to see if anybody was listening. Go ahead.
Northeast.
Hey, fucking hey, there you go.
I pay. See?
Nickname everybody asshole.
I mean, that's fair.
Except for you, Brittany. You're just gonna get ass because you did good.
Yeah, well, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I think. All right.
You're not even the whole ass.
Not even just the whole ass.
Have you ever had anybody in a serious way hold up their pinky and go, "This is what you get because you're not worth the real thing," and then you just kind of like, "Are you really insulting me? Like, is that in your head in a serious way? How did that happen?"
I have
Is this like
idea.
1988 where they used to make like a bunch of weird insults that they thought were insulting?
I had somebody do that to me, and then they were serious, and I was just like, I don't know how to respond to this.
Like, they just held their pinky at you, or
yeah, they held up their pinky and they were like, "You're not worth the real thing," and I was like,
"Why'd you do it at all?"
What? Okay. Good luck with yourself.
Yeah, they elevated the middle finger to like it's like a super religious person. Like, gosh darn it! Like that is the worst thing you'll ever hear them say.
I mean, I try not to swear very often, but
fucking A, that's a good thought. So anyway, you guys are moving through this town, northeast, and you guys are heading out towards the ocean. And you do, in fact, as you pass several streets, you see the waterfront coming up to you. You can see loads of boats. But here's the problem. It's heaps of boats. They look crumpled, broken up, smashed together. You can see, as you're kind of getting close to the coastline, you can see parts of some sticking out of waters. Like maybe they were like, "Oh, we can get away, yay!" And then whatever was over here was able to fly. So they're like, "Oh no." And you do see, I will say, to your right, there seems to be a bar, like a tiki bar, huge. It's labeled the Bamboo Disco.
Yes.
It looks intact. It is a reference.
reference to the map.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it is a large bar with just like a hut type top. It looks like it's very well taken care of. It is a 360 bar. The column in the middle holds up the roof itself with the little beams on the outside, but otherwise it is a porched area. And it is not damaged. Just minimal damage. Like you can see chairs overthrown, and the bar looks a little dented. And then a little bit east of it, between this huge bar that is perfectly visible to the outside world, no walls at all, and then the water itself with these heaps of boat, there is a one-story building. It is flat. There is no hard roof. There is no decorations. It is just a stone round building. And you don't immediately see a doorway, but it is intact and undamaged. What would you like to do?
I think, should we go check out that the one that isn't broken?
Pardon my caution, but remember the last time we went to a structure that was seemingly fine in the middle of a desolate area?
Felt just like reaching towards the door and looked back at you. Yes.
We should be extremely cautious.
Guess we're gonna take out his hammer. Just hold it on guard.
I'll take my hammer and hold it on guard.
My demons take out their hammers and hold it on guard.
Drumline.
Are there any windows?
No, there are no windows, and you don't see a door. Wait, are you talking about the bar or the building?
Building.
All right, I just wanted to clarify. You see no buildings or bar. I'm sorry, you see no windows or way of entrance as of yet. However, make a check however you want. If you would like to do perception to look around, go ahead. If you would like to do a investigation to kind of feel around the walls, go ahead.
I will investigate because I'm better at it, and it's daytime. So,
if you would like to survive, the area to see if there's footprints. You can do that. Whatever tickles your fancy. Go ahead.
I will
Just let me know.
investigate.
Alrighty.
I still have disadvantage on checks, though.
Saltra is doing a disadvantage investigating. Is anybody else doing anything? Yes.
20.
Go ahead,
Is
Karyst.
anybody else?
I was what? So Celtra's checking for the direction or something, right?
I'm investigating the building.
Yes.
Oh, the building. Are there still those tracks that are around?
Make a survival check.
Because
that's you looking for the tracks.
And for some reason, that one's a wisdom. 1d20 plus 3. 16.
Alrighty. Yeah, you can see some footprints, human footprints again, stepping around the damage and debris in the area. So you know they're fresh. Walking towards the building.
I'm looking specifically for that hoof or three-toed thing, whatever.
You guys in the fucking hoof. So the hoof. You do see some hoof prints, but they do not head towards the building. They are out and about in this area because it's more clear. You're more towards the water now and less amongst all the buildings. So you do see some hoof prints, but now that you're looking at them in the daylight, what'd you get again?
A 16.
A 16. Okay. So they are larger than hoof or horse hoof prints or cow hoof prints. And there are not 4, there are 2s. So whatever this is bipedal instead of having 4 legs. What is it? Quadrupedal?
Yeah, quadrupedal is 4 legs, bipedal is 2. Would I be able to cast locate animals or plants?
That's up to you and your spell slots. You can do whatever you want with those.
Okay, I will cast locate animals or plants for whatever this bipedal creature is. It will cause you learn the direction and distance to the closest creature or plant of that kind within 5 miles, if any are present.
So you're looking for So you're looking for a horse or cow?
Well, I've been able to attain that it was bipedal, correct?
Yes.
So I'm looking for bipedal horse or cow.
To be fair, we are not from here. We don't know what kind of creatures they have.
I feel like it's a bird, like one of the things from Final Fantasy. Karyst doesn't. Everything where Karyst is from is quadrupedal, even the people.
So,
oh god,
I hate to waste your 2nd level spell slot. Hey, you know what? How do you cast it?
Karyst is... I was about to describe something that would relate to the stars, and that doesn't have anything to do with this daytime bird.
How do we go from cow to bird?
Well, I feel like it's a bird, like a chocobo from Final Fantasy, because it's bipedal. And I really don't like this image in my head of a bipedal cow.
So how do you cast it?
Karyst is gonna he's just gonna sniff. Like, doesn't look like he's gonna cast any powers, but he will just sniff the hoof prints and just look around.
Alrighty. So unfortunately, you get no sense of
That's a pun.
Bipedal cow or chicka whatever from Final Fantasy.
Chocobo?
Chocobos.
Chocobo.
Tuck that bow.
Within 5 miles.
Okay. I used the spell needed me to specify a specific animal. Karyst has no idea if there's such a thing as a bipedal large bird, so that's why I went with cows.
I thought I thought we were trying to figure out the building situation.
It's 5 miles?
Correct.
Amuse yourselves for a minute. I need to look at something.
Amuse yourselves for a minute.
Brittany, tell him that dirty joke you know.
The aristocrats.
Fun fact, because Todd made me think of chickadees. Chickadees will actually lose brain cells every year so that they can forget the place where they previously were, and then they can make new ones for their current environment because they don't have the capacity to remember them both.
So they just continue to forget.
Yeah,
So they don't.
Yeah. They just regenerate those brain cells to remember their environment, their current environment.
That sounds such a roundabout way of just not going where you were before.
All right. So
That's
do chickadees
hilarious.
migrate? Because chickadees migrate. Wow, that is the first result. Do chickadees migrate?
I've read the spell a few different times, and I have to say, you do sense something, unfortunately. Out towards the water.
What?
Oh.
What?
You...
I can hear Darren laughing through Brittany's microphone.
So, you sense what you're looking for out towards the water.
Are any of you familiar with cattle?
Yes.
Of course.
This world has water cows.
Water cows.
I simply squinted him.
Two-legged water cows.
Do you hear yourself right now?
I wish
agreed.
I did not.
I mean, I'll be real with you. That it sounded any more freaky than all the other stuff you guys have been telling me about.
Well, from where apparently the both of us are from, that's really freaky. Are you sure?
He says, still having Randall on his shoulder.
Are you sure they are two-legged water cows?
So you see these tracks, right?
Yes.
These tracks, I can sense that the creatures that made these tracks are out towards the ocean. And I believe cows make these tracks. But
I'm gonna have a look at those tracks again.
But if you follow the way that the feet place, they are all vaguely evenly spaced, meaning it is a two-legged creature. Four-legged creatures will sometimes have two of the same mark very close to one another, unless it's a cat, in which case you burn it alive. Anyways.
Note to self.
Laurel
doesn't like cats.
I am far off from where I usually am, so do whatever you want. I'll just go with it.
We'll do a survival to see if I can check Karyst's work. But it's it's a really good one. It's a disadvantage one.
Also an insight check, maybe? I don't know.
So either way, it's a 14 insight or. I want to check those hooves.
So what do you want to do?
I want to check Karyst's work. Is it like, are they bipedal? Are they cows? Are they?
So. You
It's a 14.
So with a 14, yeah, sure. You're looking at it. This doesn't look like any cow hoof you're familiar with. But you are in a strange place. You've seen some strange shit recently. You were walking around with a spider woman for a while. So do with that what you will.
I guess.
Karyst, I am not dismissing you at all because we have no idea what could possibly be here.
I have nowhere to go. Why would I be dismissed?
but I'm but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make the assumption. We're just gonna say that yes, there are two-legged water cows in this world, and I, for one, would love to see it. Well, we have to get across the ocean, no, we have to get across the ocean first. So, are we still checking out are we still checking out the building? No.
Yes, I was. I got a 20.
Oh.
I apologize. We got so far away from
Yeah,
that.
we got real
We
off.
did. That's why I didn't bring it up again.
Holy shit.
I was just gonna wait my turn.
So Seltra is the only one looking at this building. I'm not doing any more sidetracking. If you didn't roll, you're done. Fuck you. So Seltra, with a 20 investigation, you're looking around this building, and it's kind of occurring to you that this building was probably fortified and meant to be fortified. And so you're like, well, they wouldn't put the door in an open space. It would be somewhere hidden. So they're looking about for standing cows. And there is no cow level. But you kind of start looking under the docks a little bit, kind of just kneeling down, kind of bending over and looking with your eyes. And you actually do see a hatch. It's only about 3 feet high and about 3 feet wide, but it looks like dirt is dug up around it, and it goes right into this stone wall under the dock itself. But that's not the only thing you see down there. You also see a person, and they are lying face down, unmoving, and they're dressed in just common clothes, and they have their hands in front of their chest.
Inside, like next to the hatch or on the hatch?
Kind of in front of it, like about a foot in front of it, just laying on the ground.
Hey. So unrelated to the cow.
Mm-hmm.
I think I found a way in. I also think I found a corpse.
Let's ignore the corpse for now. But you found a way in?
Yeah, I think so. I will go investigate the corpse. I mean, I could do a medicine check and see if they're dead. And by that I mean, like, can I do a medicine check to see if they're dead?
Sure. Do you want to touch them at all, or how do you want to do this?
Seltra will first start by... I don't have to go, like, down anywhere. It's just, like, going over to where they are, right?
You'll have to go under the dock, but yeah.
Okay. I will start by putting Randall inside of LFD. And then I will go down there and have them follow me.
So you put Randall in a protective place, and
yeah, then I will climb my way down there and go to see if this person is indeed dead.
So you're just looking at them, just looking them over. I mean, how do you want to check?
I'll check with I'll check them over, hey, check the pulse, check his pulse.
So do you want to roll him over so he's not face down, or do you just want to reach around?
I will roll over to see it so that they are not face down.
So you go ahead and roll him over, and you do your medicine check and succeed as you see his throat is cut.
Oh.
Very wide.
There's a good chance this guy is a corpse, yes.
His eyes are closed. He might be sleeping, but hard to say. You can see blood dried up into the dirt. Like, it's probably been a bit. But go ahead and roll your medicine check, and we'll see if you can tell how long he's been dead.
How dead this guy actually is. Oh, nope, he's been dead forever. I got a 6.
A 6? I mean, yeah, shit happens. This dude's been out here baking for a while, so you're like, oh.
This guy's dead as mud.
But as you rolled him over, something Saltra would take note of is that he was clutching to his chest a book.
Oh.
I will gently pry his dead hands away from the book. You won't be needing this. I pat him on the head with my flesh hand. I don't want to cave his skull in with my metal hand. Like.
So as you look down at the book, it says, the title of it is Read People Like a Book. It says, How to Analyze, Understand, and Predict People's Emotions, Thoughts, Intentions, and Behaviors. And it is written by Patrick King.
Why did you just have it? Is that like sitting next to you or something?
No. He will say.
Interesting. No, it's just Todd. Like, he just had that entire title and the author.
Or nothing I ever do is on accident.
An interesting
right.
book to have. Feltra will like flip through it to see if it's like magically bound or if there's anything special about it. Like just kind of flip through the pages to see if it's like,
no,
if you open this, you'll die. Kind of.
It seems perfectly fine, just like a normal book, just like a psychology type book on how to read people.
Feltra will close it, put it in his bag, and kind of look over the guy. You said he's in common clothes.
Yeah, like he was just a guy in common clothes. Common clothes for this type of place.
Okay, so, that was what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Like, does he look like he's in common clothes for this area?
Yeah, so it's like shitty fabric of a robe of some kind with a loose tunic under it that doesn't look like it fits him completely. Like, you don't have to know this fashion and culture to know that these clothes are kind of but yeah, he's got a throat cut, no belongings on him at all besides this book.
Feltra will look up. This guy is human, correct?
He is quite human, yes.
Alright. So, nothing out of the ordinary. Anybody coming down here with me? LFD is also gonna. If LFD can climb down here, I will have him with me as well.
Did you find anything interesting?
This door hatch, and this dead body, but more specifically, this door.
All right then. I'll jump down with you. And pardon me. I'll say, do you want me to take a peek, or do you want Lefty to do it?
I mean, I could just look over the door. And I will go ahead and Seltra examines the door, and then I guess I will sit down and ritual cast Detect Magic.
Alright, so looking at the door, it looks flush with the wall. Like, it was very hard to find, and you might have only just gotten the DC to even find it. But it does not detect as magic. You sit there for 10 minutes, and then you think about it, and you look. Nothing.
Alright. There's nothing. It doesn't seem to be anything magical about the door, so we should be okay.
Alright. Just open it then?
I guess, or I mean, it's like, is it like a wooden door or metal door?
It is a stone door.
Stone door, my bad. I don't know why I went to 2 of the 3 objects it could have been made out of.
If only you had guessed one more thing, you would have had it. I could feel it. But no, it is a stone door made out of the same substance or material of stone as the wall itself. You are not quite the mason, so I feel like you could roll, but it's stone.
Okay. Yeah, there's not much of a masoner.
It does look like a solid and thick stone. Unlike the first town that you were in, this feels like it's a bit more sturdy.
Celestia will kind of like run his hand along the door, see if there's any way that the door is supposed to open. Like, I don't think there's no handle, is there?
You see a slight indent where it looks like your fingers can actually like kind of scoop into it, like a built-in handle to the door itself. but you give that like a gentle little pull just to kind of test it, and it doesn't budge.
Alrighty. It might be locked, but I also might not be strong enough to open it. We'll see. And by we'll see, I mean, hey, Laurel, do you think you can open this door?
Yes. I think I could open it. So sort of limber up a little bit, and I try to open the door.
Alrighty. Go ahead, Laurel. Give me a, how do you want to do it? You just pull?
Yeah, I guess I mean, like, to ask whether this is a push or a pull door is kind of...
Okay. Well, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Okay, alright. I'd like to ask whether, like, I don't know, is it a push or a pull door? 1, 2, 20, 5, 7, 2. Wait, this one is it with a disadvantage too, right?
Yeah, it's an ability check.
Alrighty. 15.
A 15. So you're like, I got this, and you're kind of pulling a little bit, and you can feel your muscles straining against this door, but it is not budging at all.
May I assist?
Yes, you may.
You should have done that when she was first doing it, so she could have advantage.
If she was going to succeed, I was going to let her have the limelight, okay?
Would you like to do it together this time, Karyst, so I can give an advantage?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, that's not how you get advantage.
Do you want my help, Karyst? I mean, I can back off if you want to.
When I try to open this door, I do not want to be known as the guy that can only open the door. So, yes, if I can get some assistance, please.
All right, excellent. All right, on 3 and 1
You
and
help
2
with this
and.
pickle jar?
All right, go on ahead.
Who's pulling? Karyst or Laurel?
Karyst.
Okay.
He's yeah.
So that would be a 16.
Ooh.
A 16. So again, you feel yourself straining, pulling. Karyst is a little bit like, oh, I forgot I had these. However,
Hey.
it doesn't give. It feels real sturdy. You could maybe feel a little bit of give to it, but it's not much at all.
Well, shoot.
There is a tradition with my people, if you would not mind.
Oh, yes, of course.
Gonna put his hand to the door, and he'll begin to cast at 3rd level, smash the door open with a hammer.
I don't know if we want to smash the door open with the hammer.
Do we ask the door nicely?
We have to get consent.
We tried.
Maybe.
So many jokes I'm not allowed to make.
I can cast Speak with plants and animals, but I don't think that would work with the plank of wood.
Smash that door. Smash that door.
Yeah, smash it. I'll pass.
Out of character, did we try knocking?
No.
I know, it's great.
Keep going. Go ahead. Break open the door.
What do I roll?
Well, I mean, you want to smash the door, right?
Indeed.
So just roll to hit. It has basic hardness, so you have let's say a DC of 10, but it's a 10 AC. And then it's just damage. So if you want to start hammering away and just keep going until you break it, you can do that.
Maybe we don't break the door.
Alright, so that is an 18 to hit.
I mean, he's already doing it.
So go ahead and roll damage. This door is giving you problems. Don't let it do that to you. You can take that shit from a door? Take it down. Take it out.
Roll 3d6. That is 4 bludgeoning, 2 fire, 4 radiant damage.
Oh.
This has escalated. So would you like to just take the door out, Karyst? Do you want to just keep going until it's gone? Down, bust it up.
like I'm a barbarian or something? No. I have the intelligence of a barbarian, but not the intuition. I'll just smash it open until I can get a hole through and hopefully try to like a hole that someone could crawl through if they wanted to, but at the very least to get a hold of the handle on the other side if there is one.
So it's only 3 foot by 3 foot, so it's not really that big of a door anyway. So if
I would just smash the whole thing.
Okay. So you just keep going until it's a super smash, bro. And eventually you would probably take you about half an hour of just swinging. Deep breaths. Swing. You eventually get through. You're gonna need some orange slices, but yeah, you're good to go.
That was a little unnecessary. Saltra uses mending to fix the door. On the other side of the door.
Okay.
I know, like, Saltra, why?
We'll go through the other side of the door and then use mending
to through here first?
Karyst, probably. The one that does not have dark vision and also has the least amount of health.
I'll go second.
Okay. And now that you're through, and Miranda has posted a hilarious meme, did anybody think to ask the rogue about unlocking it?
You know, I was going to, but I was like, nah, let's see how this plays.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Also have
literally Naskita was like off to the side, tools in hand, and she's just kind of like, what are these morons doing?
Why didn't you see anything?
Well, because she wanted to see how far you guys could go.
Well,
I also have a +10 with these tools, so I could have also picked the lock. Literally no one asked if that was an option.
You can't ask the meatheads, the gym bros, to try and lockpick a door.
Legit what just happened. You had like the gym bros at the door, like, bro, how do we get in? I don't know. Kick it, man. Have you tried hitting it, bro? Hold my hammer.
Exactly. You can't ask the gym bros to open a locked door.
Well, this was fun.
That's why I asked if we knocked.
That just got straight ignored.
Did
we knock?
No. I figured when you hit it with a hammer, that would have counted as a knock. That's why I didn't stop.
Look, he's casting the knock spell. All right.
No, specifically, I cast open this door with a hammer at 3rd level.
So you poke your head through, Karyst, and you see stairs going down. You could see torches and sconces on the wall, but they are not lit.
That's going to be an issue.
You could light them. They're just not lit currently. But you see the stairs going down with no hope of ending. They just seem to be going down in a circle. It does seem like stone walls, stone stairs, going down to the stony depths in a circular manner.
Is this like one of those weird circular staircases where you can see down the middle?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't give that to you for free. Come on.
Well, like, even if it's like pitch black, because I was just going to drop it.
What? Okay, fine.
I could also just light it up. Just give me a second. I'll wait. Seltra waits for everybody to go in and then mends the door back together. This is going to take me a minute, like almost legitimately.
We don't need the door mended. What if we have to make a quick escape?
Well, then this time, just open it. It was like a lock. Like if maybe would I be able to see that it was locked?
Yes. You can clearly see the lock.
Okay, maybe next time ask somebody to unlock the door. I asked you to try and open it because I wasn't strong enough.
And that is what we did.
I asked you to unlock. I asked you to open the door.
That's like asking somebody to open a jar of pickles and they just throw it on the ground.
I asked you to open it because I wasn't strong enough. And if it wasn't opening, you could have just said, I think the door might be locked.
I asked if I could assist. I was invited to assist. I do not see the issue here.
It's been a very stressful week, alright? We got it open.
I love this. I just want you to know.
It's a very stressful week. We got it open.
I'm not saying you didn't get it open, but now that we know that the door was locked, he says, just mending it back together. This time when we leave, we can just simply unlock the door instead of smashing it. That way, if anything comes behind us, they also have to unlock the door. Or smash it like we did.
Alright. Okay.
Are we not concerned by the fact that this door was locked?
I don't think we're concerned by the fact that the door was locked. There was somebody running into it, so my assumption is that they were running in here for safety and didn't make it. I'm pretty sure we should be concerned now, because we smashed the door open, and now they might be thinking that we're here to kill them.
Wait, is it locked from the inside or the outside?
From the inside.
Ooh.
I will say, because you rolled a 20 on your investigation, that when Seltra found the body, he was not facing towards the door. He was facing away from it.
Oh, okay. I thought he collapsed facing towards the door. That was my mistake.
So you guys start heading down these stairs. In what order do you head down these stairs? I just curious.
Second.
While we were having this argument with breaking the door open, Karyst will or after that argument's done, he's gonna say, "Do you have something that can make a lot of noise?"
You.
Just
I mean, you can.
What?
That can make a lot of noise. I mean, technically, yeah. And then Seltra is going to use magical tinkering, which is an action, and make a little speaker box that can recreate the sound of the shrieking squirrel.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh no!
Karyst will take that. What is it made of?
It's like a little metal box.
He will chuck it down the stairs.
Oh. Wait, no, I need that back.
So you hear it bounce and hit walls and kind of skip down the stairs until eventually you can hear it, but it sounds far in the distance. Both these being winding stairs and stone, not a very good reflector of sound.
I'll go. Well, I assume Karyst is leading the way, and I think I heard Naskita said that she was going to go second, so I'll go third.
Mavari is, I guess, behind Laurel, in front of Seltra.
Alrighty. So just to be clear, it's Karyst who can't see in the dark, and then Naskita who can sneak, and then Laurel, the tank, and then Mavari, and then Seltra.
Yeah.
Going down these winding stairs.
So, the worst order we have ever been in.
It's been a really rough couple of weeks for us. We are not on our A game.
You hear from us, please.
So just to be
Some
clear,
of us are still exhausted. It's not good.
These are winding stone stairs, which means when Karyst goes down, Seltra cannot see him. Naskita can see him. Laurel can kind of see him. Mavari and Seltra cannot see Karyst or whoever is at the front, and Karyst can't see Mavari or Seltra
at all.
That's also true. So, how do you want to do the dancing lights? Because that's what you're going with, right?
I was going to use dancing lights, yes.
Okay, and you don't need to see where they go, right?
No.
Okay, so you just send them ahead of you down the stairs. Just
I
going
send
down
them towards Karyst so that he can see at least.
Okay. So, Karyst, you're going down these stairs. What's your passive perception? I'm trying to remember because the person with the highest one's at the back. Yours is high, right? I mean, this is great.
I'm second highest at 16.
All right. That's not bad. Okay. So, you can actually see, it looks empty and disabled, but there are places on the wall where bells look like they were hanging and were dismantled for whatever reason. Kind of like they were miniature alarms for this place. And you're going down for about probably an hour or so, very, very deep into humid and hot underground. As you go down and you eventually come into a room that is quite large, and it is lit, and there are people. Lots of people. Well, lots depending on how you define it. But there are lots of people holding up different kinds of maybe weapons. You see shovels. You see a couple of hammers. Karyst is like, oh, hey, blacksmith hammer. There is one or two swords, daggers, small arms, not very well built or anything like that. Nobody here is a soldier, but they all are armed. And it is a circular room as you come out of these stairs, Karyst, or stop at the bottom of them, because I'm assuming you just don't wander into all these people who are holding up weapons. And you can see barrels in front of you with roughly about 15 people surrounding you. And you can see little rooms off to the side of this circular area. Yeah, and they're all just looking at you. You can see there's 5 women, but the rest seem to be men. And they are humans wearing these strange tunics and robe type blankets over them. What do you do?
You said that they have the weapons, right?
Yes.
Are they like armed and pointed at us, or are they just kind of there? Okay.
You sent down a noisemaker first.
I did. I have no regrets.
Fair enough.
Um,
I'm gonna say there is a time limit to what you want to do because you are a fucking dragon man.
Yeah, I'm taking all of that into consideration.
They look frightened, but fear can always. Oh, I'm sorry. Fear can sometimes turn to anger.
Very much considering meld into stone right now.
Karyst, what do you see?
Gonna try to like do a quadruped crawl along the wall back up the staircase. Someone else can go.
Yeah, so not Seltra. Laurel looking around Karyst, since you're right behind him. Wait.
Well, no. Actually,
yeah, it was Naskita. Naskita, what do you do when you see bright light and all these people with weapons? What's her first reaction?
First reaction is going to say, "Oh, so hold on. Sorry, let me drop this spell first, and then we can talk." And
Go ahead
she's
and roll
going
initiative.
to. Oh, I was gonna say disguise self. Look like a human.
So as Karyst moves
luck.
out of the way, all these people see Naskita and freak out. And we're going to find out what happens next week.